Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Festivus. Welcome to Game Day Live, presented by the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network and the Primetime Radio Studios, along with And Crew Brew. Welcome to all fans watching live at American Whiskey on YouTube, Facebook, X, wherever it is you take in our show. Today, the New Jersey Devils play the New York Rangers, and I'm here with my good friend, Shorts Guy, on this Festivus. Shorts Guy, what's up, dude?
What's going on, Vinnie?
Not much. I'm ready to air some grievances, make some picks, and get things going here at American Whiskey. Nice little turnout there for a day game in Newark. How you doing?
Yeah, day game on a Monday that some people are working. I am not working, and I'm very happy about that. But I got a lot of problems with you blue people in Rangers jerseys here. That's my main grievance here on this great Festivus Monday in the afternoon. Too many Ranger fans here, but that's always a problem, unfortunately, because they can't afford tickets in their own building, so they got to come here and invade our place like roaches. But hey, what are you going to do when you have Daddy Dolan that all he wants to see is Matt Rempe, and I'm sure he tried to appeal that in the worst way. But I heard the Rangers suck, Vinny. Is that true?
That is true, Shorts Guy. They are 3-7-0 in their last 10 games. They have lost their most recent game to the Carolina Hurricanes. They are 16-16-1. They have a 33 standings points. They are currently 5 points behind the Ottawa Senators for the final spot in the wild card. And the last time the New Jersey Devils played the New York Rangers, they went into Madison Square Garden and absolutely beat the brakes off of them, so they're hoping to do the same today. Since the last time the Devils played the Rangers, they have traded Jacob Trouba and Kako and extended Igor Shesterkin to an 8-year deal for $11 million, even though they're wasting his prime like fruit on a dead tree. So I move it over to you now, New York Rangers.
Yeah, because moving Trouba and Kako was their problem, obviously, and it solved everything, which was not the case. Kako scored last night for Seattle, so he's getting his account open there in Seattle, and what we have as a big advantage tonight is Jacob Trouba, or excuse me, not Jacob Trouba. He's out of here. We have Jacob Markstrom, the better Jacob of the two Jacobs that we're talking about, is used to playing in one of the best rivalries in the league, which is the Battle for Alberta, and played very well when we played the Rangers at MSG, and I'm expecting nothing less from him tonight against the Rangers here at home at the Rock. This is the first Devil Ranger game that I'm getting to in a while. I don't think I made it to any last year, if I'm not mistaken. They always seem to play the jerks from across the river around Christmas time, and here we are on our on Festivus playing the Rangers.
Absolutely, and the Rangers, they're always going to be a test, no matter I don't care where they are in the standings.
It's a rivalry.
Personally,
it's a rivalry.
It's like that when they play Philly or Carolina. Even at points with other teams in the Eastern Conference that have kind of created playoff rivalries over the years. You see it in other sports. You see it in the other conference in the West. It's just how it is. So when the Devils play the Rangers, they need to be on their best. I believe when the Devils are skating and moving their feet, they can beat mostly anybody in the NHL, but I exclusively think that for the New York Rangers, who have gotten a little slow. Their centers are not as fleet of foot as they once were. Artemi Panarin is still very good, but outside of Adam Fox, their defense has been suspect for most of this season, and they've relied on Igor Shesterkin for basically all of their outstanding moments. So when they come into the Rock, I'm expecting the Devils to skate fast, create the best matchups. I assume Nico Hischier will see a bunch of Artemi Panarin's line. You always got to see what's going on with Vinnie Trocheck and Alexis Lafreniere as depth scorers for the Rangers, but when I look at what the Devils have and what they've been doing lately, Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt are probably both going to break 100 points if they're healthy. Hischier will probably be in that 70 to 90 range. I know that's a large range, but it just kind of depends. Like, we know he has the offensive ability to be a 100-point guy, but he pulls back to be a stout defensively and take some of the pressure in that role off of Jack Hughes, and he sacrifices offense for it here and there. But we saw him at 3 points in their most recent game against the Penguins, who are red hot, and the Devils just shut them down and beat them 3-0. So they have the personnel to get this done and go into Christmas feeling good. If they do win today, they will go into Christmas with 49 points in the standings, which will be amongst the league leaders in the NHL. Winnipeg already has 49. Washington has 48. So even, regardless of what happens in this game, I have no grievances to air about the Devils overall this season because of how well they've played for most of it, especially in November and December.
Yeah, we talked about airing of grievances last night on the big show, and there really wasn't much. Just a couple things about the Sammy has a big grievance against today's game being at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the rest of us couldn't really find anything other than like maybe the schedule and this and that, but everything else is pretty good. Like I said, my grievance today, there are too many Ranger fans here. That's my main grievance. But other than that, this Devils team is playing very well. If I'm going to say I'm slightly concerned about anything today, we tend to play down to teams that suck, and the Rangers currently suck. That's a little concern here because, we should have beaten the BJs, but we didn't. We came back, started playing in the third and almost came back to tie it up before they got that empty net goal, but we lost to the Sharks 1-0. So that's really my only grievance is that we're losing to teams that we shouldn't. That's my other grievance. I should say not my only ones because my grievances with all these blue jerseys here and these stupid Stadium Series jerseys that the Rangers had. That's another grievance is we're playing down to teams that suck, and we should not do that today. Today's one of those games that, like you said, like I said, no matter where you are in the standings, they should all get up for this game. But I think Markstrom will get them in that area because he's, like I said, the experience in that battle for Alberta, that's no matter where those two teams are in the standings, Edmonton and Calgary, they hate each other. They
absolutely hate each other. And listen, the Rangers stink, and I'm going to tell all Rangers fans that they stink. But they're in that second to last tier. They're not in that bottom tier, in my opinion. They have a Hall of Famer at forward, defense, and goaltender. So I do think the Devils can't see the Rangers as a team that stinks. And most of the Devils' losses this season will be to teams that are worse than them because of the fact that they are one of the 3 or 4 best teams in the NHL on paper and in the standings. So, I don't love that they lost to the Blue Jackets and the Sharks, and they were losing 1-0 to the Hawks going into the third period until the big third allowed them to win that game. But, stuff like that happens. The Hawks have 13 wins or whatever, so do the Blue Jackets, Anaheim, all these bad teams. And most of those wins are against teams higher than them in the standings. So it's one of those things where, like, if you're the Devils, you have to treat the Rangers as if they're the Rangers of last year because they still are very capable of it. Kreider always seems to score when he plays against the Devils. They have Zibanejad and Trocheck not kind of being those top 2 centers that they were last year or the year before. But they have the goaltending, and the Devils have found ways to beat Igor over time. But now you're at the Rockets. The day they're cold, exactly, and they're cold. They're if there's a game for the Rangers to get hot with a big win. Let's put on our Rangers hat for a second. Pretend we're fans of that team.
No, we're not.
We would see
this
as an opportunity. No, okay, we're not actually doing it, but this would be a game. If the Devils were 3-7-0 in their last 10, and we had playoff expectations for them, a day game 2 days before Christmas against the Rangers would be a game if they can win this one, maybe they can, feel good about themselves and move along. So if you're the Devils, you have to shut that down.
Yeah, and gotta give a couple woos out in the chat. Mark Schwab with Super Chat, complimenting me on my jacket. Mark, there's also this is gonna blow a lot of people away right now, Vinny. There's also a matching pair of pants that I'm wearing to the jacket. I'm actually wearing pants to this Devils game. I do it once a year, and it's because this suit is so awesome. I can't not do it. So thank you.
Have
to
you
Mark.
ever worn a shorts, like a suit short?
I have not, but I do have to invest in one of them.
That would be sick.
I do have to.
That would be
like
extra playing into the bit.
And another woo to AJ Visco. Merry Christmas from him and Katie. Thank you very much, AJ. I got to meet her down in Tampa. And thank you very much for Super Chats, everybody. We appreciate it. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus to everyone out there. We have our Festivus poll here at American Whiskey. If anyone has any grievances to come air, Alfredo is next to the Festivus poll and will take in your grievances. Unless you're a Ranger fan, then it costs $10 to give a grievance.
Yeah, and your grievance should be with your own team for being
I think most of them are. Most of those grievances are.
See, that's one area this year I'll give the Rangers credit. I mean, there are a couple trolls in my mention still thinking that they're winning the cup, but for the most part, they're like, yeah, we know our team sucks. Well, I will give them a little bit. There are some of them where they're like, it's hard to deny. I mean, you bring in Matt Rempe, and you give them a game before the Devils, because you know that playing the Devils and the Devils looming is the reason they called them up. I have zero doubt
totally.
about that. I would bet my life on it. And maybe Chris Jury would never admit it, but I wholeheartedly believe it. But he's not going to be playing in this game because in 22 games played in his NHL career, he's also got 12 suspended games. So, wild. Wild.
Looking in the chat, we're not even going to see Igor today. We're going to see Jonathan Quick today.
So I don't like that.
I know that could be that could be one of those oddball things that could not be good. But yeah, so we're seeing Jonathan Quick today, and
I hate that, actually.
Anthony in the chat just said Jack is kryptonite to Igor, maybe overconfident, but I'm positive we got this. I hope so too, Anthony, and that could potentially be one of their strategies today, because Jack is very good against Igor. You know, his little Instagram hockey move, which I wish he would have scored on, because that really would have caused Steve Valiquette to lose his mind. Jack seems to have Igor's number, which sometimes the shooter has a goalie's number, sometimes the goalie has a shooter's number. You know, one of my best friends growing up, I couldn't stop him. He just knew he was that good of a player. He knew exactly what I was going to do. Couldn't stop him. However, yes. Let's Go Devils podcast. Sam just posted in the chat breaking news that I'm wearing pants. But yeah, so
my grievance is that the Rangers are starting Quick. That annoys me. I mean, Jonathan Quick is almost solely responsible for one of my least favorite sports moments of my entire life. And I don't hate him at all. He's he's Team USA guy. Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
In 2012. I mean, he won the Conn Smythe Trophy, if I remember correct. I mean, he was unbelievable.
Oh, he was.
And the Devils outplayed the Kings at the Rock in games 1 and 2, and they lost them both in overtime.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just Brodeur at 40 played amazing, but like Quick was just like,
I know.
Oh my God! And he was good against Phoenix in the conference finals, and then I think they beat Vancouver, who was like the #1 seed President's Trophy winners. Like Jonathan Quick, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies to see him still. So, I wish it was Shesterkin, but he's older now, so go in and beat him.
Yeah, go in and beat him. I've kind of given Quick a little bit of clemency there because he wound up doing the job against the Rangers, and now all of a sudden he is a Ranger this year. But he did the job against the Rangers 2 years later or a year later, whatever it was. So that was a big help to us, because there was no way that I wanted to see them win the Cup. That would have been horrific. We wouldn't hear the end of it. We'd be hearing about it right now if they would have won that year. It's bad enough we hear about stupid 94. But yeah, this going against Quick today is definitely a fly in the ointment for what the Devils were looking at. What we were looking at. I was not expecting that, but they did play a back-to-back, and again we're getting another team on the back half of a back-to-back, which, if I'm not mistaken, were the Blackhawks on the back half, or were the Kings? One of those two teams I thought when they came in here were on the back half of a back-to-back. So it's about time that
the
there's another
Blackhawks
team.
played the next day at home against the Islanders. I think when they played, who was it? There was one of them. One of them was on the second half of a back-to-back. And the Rangers are, I think you just said, are in that situation right now.
Yeah. And which is good. It's finally someone that's not us playing in the in back-to-backs.
Yes.
in a big game too, no less. So I'll take it. If that's what we got against them today, I still right now we just have to. This is not like we've said. This is not like any other game on the schedule. It's a rivalry. You've got to come in. You got to play heavy and hard. They got to start fast and hard against these Rangers. Don't have any slow starts today. Go out there, do what you got to do. Keep playing stout defensively. We've got that down. There's only, aside from this Devils team, there are only 5 other teams. There's only 5 other. What's the best way to phrase this? There have only been 4 other instances where a team has allowed such few shots against, and all 4 of those other other teams are the Devils. Only the Devils there have allowed such few shots against to this point. It is some weird stat like that, but it's only the Devils that have played this well defensively ever.
And to go with Shorts Guy's point, in their last 8 games, 8 games ago they gave up 19 shots, and then from 8 games ago to last game, it's 19 shots, 24 shots, 17 shots, 14 shots, 17 shots, 20 shots, 20 shots, 12 shots. And the 12 shots is obviously like, wow. And I think, if I remember correctly, Pittsburgh had 7, or 5 or 6. It was either 5, 6, or 7 in the first 10 minutes of the game. So that means from that point on, they only had 4 or 5 the rest of the game, which is just absolutely remarkable. It's been an outstanding defensive effort, and now Sheldon Keefe kind of shuffled lines a little bit to try and, bring some of that depth scoring back that they need, I think, because Jesper Bratt, Nico Hischier, Jack Hughes, you obviously know what you're going to get from them. Well, if those guys can drive a different line and maybe get a Cotter going, or, the only line that didn't change was Hischier with Nason and Meyer on his wings, because that line has been dynamite in all 3 zones all season long. I don't need 100 points from Meyer. I need 20 to 30 goals, 40 in a really good year, and be a hard power forward to play against. And now that's what he's been this year. And so the rest of the lines, we'll see if they can get going a little bit outside of Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt, the pair. But this defensive effort, to your point, has just been unbelievable.
And we got a goaltender that can handle less than 15 shots a game, which is difficult.
Yep.
It's
absolutely. So your stat is they tied an NHL record for allowing 20 shots or fewer in 6 straight. I don't know if that's the exact shot you were looking at or stat you were thinking of, but that's a really good one.
Yeah, and I got to really screen cap these things to remember them because my memory is pretty terrible. But the only other team that's done that 4 other times is us. There we go.
You're supposed to have short-term memory when you're a goalie, eh?
Well, hey, makes sense.
Exactly.
Oh,
so.
We got
Shorts
people
guy, I think it's about.
We got people here. This is a good time. I'll tell you what, Vinny, you got to get out here for a Devil Ranger game. I know you, here against the Kings, but man, you got to be here for one of these. This is a good time.
Yeah, I went to the American Whiskey in New York City before Devils Rangers at Madison Square Garden, and their American Whiskey is very nice. Without it being right across the street from the stadium.
Yeah.
I think that one in Newark definitely has some extra pizzazz.
Oh yeah.
For New Jersey for being right outside the stadium.
And we got we now have the attic here.
Oh yeah, I heard about the party that went on over there the other day.
Yeah, we got the attic here now, so we're gonna start having some more parties here in American Whiskey. It's nice down here. I do like being downstairs though. We're here amongst the people. Oh, here we go. Boo.
Boo.
Yeah. Oh man. Now we got some trouble. Look. We got some.
Oh, that's so friendly and genuine.
I know.
Oh, look at that. I hope he has a terrible day. Shorts guy, you want to move into predictions?
We should move into predictions. Yeah, we got to get some predictions there in the chat. We're gonna have some tests of physical strength over here. Our first test of physical strength is gonna be Alfredo versus Marco. What's going on? Oh man, yeah. Hey, happy Festivus.
Where's the Messier jersey too? Of course, it's got to be Messier.
Oh man, I'm in a group chat with this guy. He was unhappy. He was so unhappy when I posted my picture of a burning Messier jersey. It was definitely good. It was definitely something good to post to him. What up? Yeah,
that's what should be done to Messier Rangers jerseys. That's what should be done to them.
Which, if you haven't seen it, it's on my Instagram, so everyone should go check that out. We got some predictions coming into the chat. Vinny, you want to start reading them?
Yeah, I'll start reading out some predictions. So, looking at what people are coming up with here, Joseph says 5-0 Devils. Okay. Joey B says 5-4 Devils. Rangers cover the 1.5. Wow. I love that the Devils are just favored against the Rangers. That makes me so happy. Survey 4-2 Devils. Eric 4-1 Devils. Select the boy 5-2 Devils.
All right.
Joey B points out Devils minus 245 on the money line. That's unbelievable. AJ Visco says 5-1 Devils. Max says 5-2 Devils. Steve Engel minus 245. It was 190 earlier. I wonder if the Jonathan Quick thing kind of moved the line a little bit.
Could have.
Mark says 4-2 Devils. Yeah, because Vegas doesn't fear Jonathan Quick the way I do from a series that happened 12 years ago. Which is very fair and smart. I'm stupid. They're smart. Anthony says 4-1 Devils. His daughter Tori says 4-1. Happy Festivus to that family. Bob says 15-0 Devils. So a little Sam Wu action there. I hope that would be sick.
Seriously, AJ Visco also has predicted 15 shots on goal for today's game, and I feel bad. I spoke to our friends Jake and Justin over in the UK this morning on the way down to the game, and they gave me their predictions. I want to say it was 5-2, but I can't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure it was 5-2. We've got another one in there. I also have predictions from good friend of the podcast, Brooke Amanda. She is predicting 4-0, and her daughter Melina, who's happy birthday again to Melina. 6-4 is what Melina says. For her birthday, she would like a Devils victory, obviously over the Rangers. We got some good victory.
Very good.
We've got some good predictions there.
And in the chat, Katie says 3-0 Devils. Luke Hughes will have a hat trick.
Ooh.
So Luke scored 2 games ago against Columbus. He's looking for his first career hat trick. So let's get Luke that. Let's give Luke that hat trick. Shane says 5-2. Good guys.
There was an over/under bet placed on Shorts Guy today in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On what? How many beers you're gonna drink?
No, Joey B placed an over/under, set at 2.5 number of shots Shorts Guy was having during the show.
Cool.
Oh,
I'm all about it.
Oh, and then we got let's see, Shorts Guy 2, Sam Wu 0. Well, yeah, Sam Wu is going to be having no shots right now during before the game today. So just going to have to find out what that line's going to be.
Absolutely. Shane says 5-2, good guys. Ted 5-3, Devils versus Rangers.
Okay.
Anthony, thank you for watching the show with Tori as always. Happy to have the
Absolutely.
big fans. Always willing to give shout outs, especially during the predictions portion of the show. Keep getting those predictions in there every single game. Right before, Katie wants to point out that you have an incredible jacket, and you have to do 3 shots while wearing that, and I agree.
Oof, man. If I'm going to do 3 shots wearing this jacket before this game, I'm going to be on the floor. Oh, look. Lon Ray decided to show up. It's about time. Hey, it's about time he found it.
Wait a minute, though.
What's your prediction? Prediction today.
I don't have no prediction.
Oh, Lon Ray's not even going to bother.
Oh, come on.
Y'all know who I'm rooting for.
Well, duh.
Let's see.
Of course. Shorts Guy, really quick.
Yes.
At the surprise party last Saturday,
Yes.
I told everyone I would take a shot for every Devils goal. Well, they weren't scoring at all in the first 2 periods, and then in the third they scored 5. Well, when Mercer tied it up, a shot was ready for me. I took it right away, right?
Yeah.
It was Pink Whitney. And then they scored 3 goals in 4 minutes and 25 seconds. And they brought me 3 shots and had extra ones in case they scored more. And I did the 3 back to back to back. I'm like, this one's for Nico Escher. This one's for Timo Meyer. This one's for Jack Hughes. I think they were the goal scorers after Mercer tied it up. So, yeah, that was – if I could do it, you could do it. Let's go. For every Devils goal, get Shorts Guy a shot while wearing that fancy schmancy Festivus suit.
Oh, I love this suit. This is this gets worn once a year for this game, right before Christmas, whatever we're at, especially when we're having our Festivus party here. This is definitely a good time, Vinny. We got to get you down here for our Festivus party right before Christmas.
You know what? Maybe next year I'll be able to swing that. I think once some things in my life kind of go a little bit. Obviously I'm getting married. I'm looking for a house and all that sort of stuff. Once that is done and complete, I'll be in New Jersey a lot more often, especially the Festivus trip. We're very much looking forward to that. I know Katie will be super interested in coming to the Festivus game.
Oh, I know Katie will be. And once you guys have a house, that means Samu and I can come stay.
Oh, dude. Dude. You're coming the first, I don't even want to say Blackhawks Devils game, but absolutely that too.
Totally.
But yeah, that's coming. It's coming.
Ted is shocked I'm wearing pants. So am I, Ted. So am I, Ted. When I wear pants, it's a rare occasion when it's not at work. But this is one of those occasions because this suit is too good to not wear to this game. So, Vinny,
absolutely.
I think it's time for our predictions, and and I don't think we read Sam Wu's prediction. I can't remember if we did, but
nope, we did not.
You want to go? You want me to go? What do we want?
You can go right after I point out that Sam Wu believes that the New Jersey Devils are going to win 12-0 over the New York Rangers.
I would love that type of Sam Wu prediction today. So I do believe the Devils are going to win today. The Jonathan Quick thing, it's not changing my prediction. I think one of our ace in the holes is Markstrom. Markstrom's got this experience in these high-level games, and I think he's going to do us well today. Therefore, I believe that the Devils are going to be winning 4-1 today against the New York Rangers.
Very, very good. I'm going to be a little more... No, my prediction's pretty much on par with yours. I think the New Jersey Devils should be able to score. When Jack Hughes is moving his legs, I think he is amongst the 5 or 6 best centers in the NHL. Obviously, you got Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, the Nate Dogg, Nathan McKinnon. Yep. I think Barkov is in that tier. But when Jack Hughes is skating the way that we know he can, he's right there. And I think he always gets the extra juice against the Rangers, especially at home, especially in a day game 2 days before Christmas. Everyone's feeling holly jolly.
Yep.
I think it's a good time for Hughes to have a big game. I'm giving the Devils the 5-2 victory over the New York Rangers. You can't expect a shutout every game from Markstrom. It wouldn't shock me if he has a low workload but gives up 2 goals, because that happens over the course of the game. You have a Hall of Fame caliber puck deflector in Chris Kreider going to the front of the net on power plays and stuff. Panarin, those guys are good, and there's no doubt they're good. It's a 5-2 victory would just be a sound. That's how you win a hockey game. A big rivalry hockey game in a big spot. So let's go into this Christmas break with 49 standing points. That would be lovely. I mean, to be at basically 50 points when you pretty much you need 100 to make the playoffs, like without backing into a wild card spot on the last day of the season. You know, the 80. Or it's usually like 95, 96 points, the team that backs in on the last day. If you can securely get 100, you're in, and you're halfway there on Christmas, I mean, that would just be awesome, because the schedule is not even half over. We're only like 40% through. So I think the 41-game mark is like not long after the New Year's. So, yeah, the Devils game today is going to be their 37th game point. So it's crazy how good they've been, really, in terms of wins and losses. So let's get another one today.
Agreed. We got a couple more things that came in the chat. Survey says 4-2 Devils today, so Survey's right there. And Michael says Kreider is a healthy scratch today.
He is. I just got that notification,
Wow.
too. He has 2 goals in his past 13 games and has been a healthy scratch by the New York Rangers. That is unbelievable. So forget everything I just said about Chris Kreider, because it doesn't matter. He's not playing for it.
Nope. And Rempe is languishing in jail.
This is awesome.
He's languishing in jail. Joey B said he saw Blackwood playing in person for the Avalanche. Looks like a different person and goaltender. Hey, we always wish, players that don't do well here, that, the best wherever they go. And I hope Mackenzie Blackwood does well. It's one of those things. It's good for him to be playing well over there in Colorado. Let's see. Keandre Miller is injured. Yeah, Max just told us that. Let's see. Surveys thinks Kreider's getting traded. Well, Merry Christmas. You're being traded. The Rangers
can't be traded until after.
I know, but you know what, though?
28th.
I got to assume that the deal can be in place. Just can't be, kind of the transaction can't officially go through until after. But, man, I am happy with the Rangers being a dumpster fire right now, and I'm hoping that it continues through today.
Awesome.
Through today.
Truly awesome.
Because I really am tired of seeing – that's my big grievances. I got a lot of problems with these Blue Ranger fans over here. I got a lot of problems with you people.
You know who runs the Ranger site at the Hockey News, my current hockey employer?
Really? Who?
The great Stan Fischler.
Okay, I got a lot of respect for Stan.
I can't even talk trash like a Rangers coworker. At all.
But I got a ton of respect for him. And again, my grandmother was of the generation where she was a Ranger fan because there was 6 teams in the league when my grandmother was going to games. So I get it. It's we've had Stan
for all 3.
Yeah, and we've had Stan on the podcast. It was great conversation. Him and his son were on. Great conversation. Like the fact that I spoke to Stan Fischler, got to ask him a couple questions. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
you know,
He's a
growing up a
legend.
Devils fan, seeing him, like, we've gotten to talk to all these great people, and it's just a lot of fun. And this is just kind of part of the gig that you and I are both lucky, you know, courtesy of Samu, to be able to do. But I think it's time for another beverage and to start thinking about going into this game, because Devils are playing the Rangers, and the Rangers suck. Vinny, Sammy is...
Absolutely.
I'm watching. I get to see the screen. I see what Sam's doing. Vinny, it's been a ton of fun. The Rangers suck. Happy Festivus. My only grievance is there's too many blue jerseys here. And that's about it for right now.
Absolutely, and thank you to all fans watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever it is you get the podcast. All the people at American Whiskey taking
Happy
in the
Festivus
Let's
to
Go
everyone
Devils
here at
podcast.
American Whiskey.
Happy Festivus. Beat the New York Rangers. To everybody celebrating, happy holidays, and we will be with you for the New Jersey Devils next game after the holiday break is over. And as always, no matter what, far worse in the standings last year than this year, let's go Devils.